Hi there, it's Benji on Benji AT Noir. In this video, I'm going to talk about Hollywood twats and how much I've come to hate a lot of what comes out of Hollywood and the vast majority of the performers in the product. And it's a shame because I absolutely love movies. They're one of my favourite things. And I also love going to the cinema, the experience of going to the cinema. It's very much the idiotic performers that are in movies and TV shows more and more, and it's happened recently as well. I can't separate these absolute clowns from the product they're in. So, I mean, you know, these big Hollywood stars, nearly all of them are super on the left and super woke, or at least they pretend to be. There are hardly any openly conservative with a small c Hollywood actors and actresses. I mean, I can think of one actress, Gina Carano, and look what happened to her, unfortunately. I have a lot of time for Gina Carano. Over the years that I've been making content, she's somebody that I've discussed a lot in the past, although I haven't really talked about her in any of the content that's up currently on my channel. And there are some male stars, some actors in Hollywood. You know, there are obvious older generation actors, actors of older generations like Clint Eastwood, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Mel Gibson. Not that I agree with everything he's ever said, although Hollywood seems to have forgiven him, and I don't care. It's nothing to do with me. And then there are others, I guess, like Mark Wahlberg, who seems to be friends with Mel Gibson. You know, I guessed Mark Wahlberg was on the conservative side. I'm going to guess maybe Chris Pratt. I don't know. There aren't that many, though. There's a character actor called Neil McDonough, who is... I was reading about him very recently, actually. He's a character actor. He's very recognisable and distinctive. He is in more than one movie with Tom Cruise, for instance. He's in Minority Report. Look him up, Neil McDonough. He's a character actor. He's been in loads of things, TV shows as well. And I was reading him because he's a really religious guy, and he refused to do sex scenes in a TV show that he was in, and he ended up getting fired from the TV show. So more traditional types, there aren't that many in Hollywood, or if there are, they keep it quiet. Generally, like I say, the only openly conservative actress I can think of, there may be others, is Gina Carano, and she got cancelled because of it. And, you know, like I said just now, they maybe are pretending to be on the left, these crazy Hollywood people, but, you know, they are mostly just disgusting degenerates anyway. They're debauched. It reminds me of what I know about the fall of the Roman Empire. They're just decadent, debauched, disgusting individuals. You know, and I have contempt for them. You know, even though Ricky Gervais is on the left, as far as I'm aware, he's not woke. He's excellent, Ricky Gervais. I've got a lot of time for him. And he called them out in that 2020 Golden Globe speech. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. Ricky Gervais' 2020 Golden Globe speech. He just calls out Hollywood because they're twats. They are. They're complete twats. I mean, you know, and the conservative ones keep it quiet. Like I say, there are more men. Like Gina Carano was openly conservative and she got cancelled. You know, the vast majority are just lunatics like Meryl Streep. I mean, if you don't know about Meryl Streep's antics, amazing actor that she is, as an amazing actor as she is, she's a crazy, ridiculous, over-the-top woke clown. She's the female version of Robert De Niro, who's also like that. And I mean, I'm going to say that Robert De Niro is probably the best actor of all time, at least that I've seen. And I can separate him from his antics. But he's a ridiculous woke clown as well. They're fucking idiots. I don't want their opinions. Actors are basically puppets, right? The ones that aren't talented at all are basically models, and models are thick, okay? Models are like sports people. They're good at one thing. Models are good at looking good. I mean, if they're good looking models, I'm not talking about this big is beautiful shit. Big is beautiful. That nonsense. I mean, and also, just as a side note there, look at the state of Hollywood actresses now compared to in the 1980s and 1990s. In the 1980s and 1990s, they were dime pieces, 10 out of 10. The the big Hollywood actresses, the big stars in the 1980s and 1990s were dime pieces. They were 10s out of 10. Now look at them. You know, some of them are outright ugly, or they're just bland. They're bland. They're not attractive at all. You know, they don't want to make the hideously ugly women that watch this shit, that make no effort with themselves and deliberately uglify themselves. They don't want to make them feel uncomfortable or insecure, do they? So have dog ugly Hollywood actresses as well. They're pig ugly compared to what they looked like in the past. And all right, I'll give you an example. Kim Basinger. Right now, blondes are not my preference. However, Kim Basinger, particularly in the 1980s into the 1990s, was a dime piece, a 10 out of 10, right? Not talented though, not a talented actress at all, an awful actress, at least good looking, right? Because a lot of these actors and actresses are shit anyway, good looking or not. I mean, at the very least, be attractive. No. So they're just ridiculous woke clowns. I mean, like, Emma Watson, not stitched up, but the ingratitude that the likes of Emma Watson, and I remember Daniel Radcliffe doing that as well, the ingratitude those two showed towards J.K. Rowling, who gave them everything. Those two would be nothing if it wasn't for J.K. Rowling, right? Just to be woke and to be popular, they're all like this. I've heard Scarlett Johansson talking woke shit. Not all the women, like I say, with the exception of Gina Carano. And I heard maybe Sydney Sweeney is conservative as well. She's not popular with these lefty idiots, is she? These woke lefty idiots. The thing with Sydney Sweeney is that advert didn't go down well with the woke crybaby lefty clowns, and also the pig ugly lefty women are jealous of Sydney Sweeney because obviously she's attractive. And also, if she's conservative, that's going to enrage these clowns even more. I don't know though. I had never even heard of her before that advert. The Sydney Sweeney's got good genes advert. So I don't know anything about Sydney Sweeney. However, I do know about Gina Carano, and as I say, I have a lot of time for her. And she was openly conservative. She is openly conservative. Thankfully, Elon Musk helped her out. So at the very least, she's got some money out of Disney. So there's that. Whether she'll get her acting career back, I don't know. I hope so. Or some semblance of it. I'm not saying she's a Meryl Streep level actress. However, she's also not a complete intolerable cunt, unlike Meryl Streep, who is. And Gina Carano is absolutely fine in the right part. She's excellent. She's excellent, and seems like an excellent person, and she comes across really well. So I have a lot of time for her. Like I say, openly conservative actress, very impressive woman, gets cancelled, of course. And like I say, I'm glad Elon Musk spotted that and helped her out. But look at these twats. Brie Larson, I swear I don't hate white dudes. Well, she kept saying it. You swear you don't hate white dudes, Brie Larson. Okay, whatever you say, love. Look at that dog shit Captain Marvel movie. I've not seen the sequel, The Marvels. I won't be watching that. I noticed earlier that Meghan Markle might be making her long-awaited acting comeback in a project. A long-awaited project that's going to have Brie Larson in it and Phil Collins' daughter. So that's good. Must be helpful having Phil Collins for a dad, eh? But nepotism is rife in Hollywood. Nepotism is rife in all industries, actually. It's just particularly obvious in Hollywood, as I've said before. It's particularly noticeable. However, I do really like Phil Collins' music. So there's that. And Phil Collins... as far as I know, is not a woke lefty twat. So there is that. However, it was just a throwaway comment. I really can't wait for this upcoming Meghan Markle project with Brie Larson and Phil Collins' daughter in it. I imagine that will be absolutely amazing. And the actors are clowns as well. Aaron Paul, who played Jesse Pinkman in Breaking Bad. And Aaron Paul is an amazing actor, and he did an amazing job as Jesse Pinkman in Breaking Bad. He's also a woke fucking twat. But he's talented, Aaron Paul, at least. Then there are the likes of Chris Evans, Captain America, who isn't talented. He's the same in everything. He's just a Chad, basically, a really bland Chad. He's not a bad boy Chad, and he's a woke fucking idiot. I don't want the opinions of these twats. Like I say, actors and actresses, you know, the ones that are basically have model looks are generally not going to be intelligent at all. They can read lines, they can take direction. They're models, they're glorified models, basically. I don't want their fucking opinions on politics or anything else. Do your jobs, clowns. Entertain me. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of your existence. You know, and the top ones get paid a huge amount to do it. This is the same rule that I apply to sports stars, right? Sports stars, professional athletes, professional sportsmen and professional sportswomen are not intelligent in general, right? They are good physically. I don't want your opinions. I don't want your opinions on politics or anything else. Sport is entertainment. The same way that film is entertainment, whether that's films or TV shows or streaming shows. Entertain me, clowns, and shut the fuck up. Collect your massive paychecks. Well, I sound just like Ricky Gervais there because that's, yeah, all right. And I'm not doing that on purpose. And I'm not saying exactly what he said. It's true, though. Collect your massive paychecks, right? Live your lives that most of us can't even imagine, right? Not because, you know, they're treated like gods and goddesses, basically, the ones right at the top. They're treated like royalty. And they don't have to pay for anything. You know, they can do whatever they want. They can go wherever they want. They can be with whoever they want. And they don't have to pay for any of it. So just do that. And shut the fuck up about politics, you absolute clowns. Like I say, the males are idiots too. Daniel Radcliffe is woke. Like I said, I mentioned Emma Watson. He's the male version of her. Neither of those two would be anything if it wasn't for J.K. Rowling. And they're so ungrateful. Hey, that's her business. That she's dealt with that. And that's not, you know, I'm just using that as an example. What twats these people are. They're all like that. I watched, just as an example, I watched The Hateful Eight again. Quentin Tarantino's movie from 2015. I watched it on Blu-ray. I have it on Blu-ray, and it's a really good film. That and I then looked on Wikipedia out of interest because I was thinking about making this video, and I went through all of the performers in it, on Wikipedia. Nearly all of them are really woke. I couldn't find information about all of them. Samuel L. Jackson's woke. Tim Roth is woke. You know, they're two of the performers in there. I couldn't find anything about Jennifer Jason Leigh. Couldn't find anything about Walton Goggins. Kurt Russell, I know, isn't woke. In fact, so all right, not everybody in The Hateful Eight is woke. And I'll say this about Kurt Russell. He said this a few years ago, quite a few years ago. I think it was when he was in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, around that time anyway. That was 2017. Kurt Russell said actors and actresses, performers, are court jesters, right? They're here to entertain. We're here to entertain. We're not here to talk about politics or anything else. And Kurt Russell is spot on. I'm also going to guess he's probably conservative. And Mark Wahlberg has also said something very similar to that, or similar to that. And I can just tell with Mark Wahlberg, he's, again, this is conservative with a small c. So there are some, there just aren't many females. There aren't many women. Like I say, Gina Carano. So yeah, you know, they're just idiots, and the product is shit. The product is shit. It's woke shit. You know, these people, they do, like I just said, they live these lives of excess. You know, like I said, the fall of Rome, these debauched, degenerate, you know, lifestyles that they have. There's a David Cronenberg movie from maybe 15 to 20 years ago called Map to the Stars, and it shows. It's a fiction movie. I've seen it once, and it's about the excesses of these Hollywood people, the ones that appear in front of the camera, the performers, and also the behind the camera Hollywood people, and they're just their debauchery and their lifestyles. It's called Map to the Stars. It's not a pleasant film. However, I imagine David Cronenberg was showing to an extent in that, you know, what Hollywood is really like, because these people are just disgusting degenerates, a lot of them, you know, and I don't want to know their opinions on anything. And that might sound harsh. Come on, you know, and that might be a harsh way of saying it. They don't live in the real world, you know. I don't want rich, famous people advising me on anything. You know, if you're a sports star, do your sport. If you're a performer, perform. Entertain me, clowns. Entertain me and shut the fuck up. That's my opinion on it. And the product being put out is trash. It's trash, you know, and it's so obvious to tell that some of these individuals don't have a clue what the real world is like. I mean, you know, the writers don't, the directors don't, the performers don't. There's no effort put into, you know, making the storylines consistent or cohesive. You know, it's just trash. It's all trash. And like I say, I absolutely love movies, and I love going to the cinema, the experience of going to the cinema. However, there just isn't enough coming out to go and watch for my liking. I will go and watch, you know, movies at the cinema as often as possible. I won't go and watch just anything now, and I will be quite relaxed, quite laid back about what I'm prepared to go and watch. I mean, I went and watched the most recent Jurassic World movie. I went and watched the most recent Superman movie. You know, there have been good movies this year, 2025. I liked the new Naked Gun movie. I didn't review it. It's really good, that. The Naked Gun with Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson. I liked The Long Walk. That's based on a Stephen King story that I've read. That was good. So there are still some good movies coming out. Not enough though. And there are a lot that I can tell are going to be shit, like Tron Ares. Didn't bother going to watch it. That new Predator movie. That the violence has been toned down for a movie in the Predator franchise. That's stupid. I might have gone to watch that otherwise. However, I don't want to watch a family-friendly Predator movie. That's ridiculous and pathetic. Not interested. And I don't think it looks any good anyway. I think that will flop, and I don't care. You know, there just aren't enough decent movies coming out. And as for the streaming shows, well, I cover streaming shows on this channel, and I have done in the past as well, in videos that are no longer up. Go and check out my videos about Gen V and the franchise The Boys, as well as my I've got several videos up about the Walking Dead franchise as well, videos and YouTube shorts. Both of those franchises I just mentioned there, the Boys franchise and the Walking Dead franchise. Go and check out those videos. So yeah, those are my thoughts for now on Hollywood. It's mostly a crock of shit, and I will never stop going to watch movies at the cinema and watching movies. Like I say, it really is one of my absolute favourite things. Movies are one of my favourite things. However, I will comment on what they're like now, and these ridiculous performers who are just ridiculous fucking clowns that talk shit, and I'm not interested in what they have to say unless they're saying good lines in a well-performed way in good product that's worth watching. So if you like the video, hit the like button, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and when you do, ring the notification bell. As I've said, go back and watch what's left of my older content. This is Benji on Benji 18 Noir. I'll see you later.